Wherever Jesus followers go, there is the presence of God. And where the presence of God is the opportunity to worship. So he says, worship in spirit means that you are communing, you're worshiping personally in the presence of the Holy Spirit that you carry with you. How awesome is that? That we don't have to wait till a building gets built. We don't have to wait till a location gets finished. We don't have to wait for the band to arrive. We don't have to wait till the singing starts at a service on a Sunday morning. We don't have to wait for location things that can pin us down into worship. We are free to worship 24/7. We are free to worship because we are all, as Jesus followers, carriers of the Spirit of God. And I should encourage all of us that I just need some of us right now to re-understand how we think about worship. Because if you're bound to worship only happening in one location at a certain time of the week, you're going to be really disappointed. And you're going to be really held back on your expression of worship. So he goes on to say that worship is not just about a place. It's about the presence. It's about the Spirit. Let me just kind of read this to you. Here's a statement that I want to make. We worship not to bring God's presence. We worship to become more aware of God's presence. You know, all the time people will say, presence of God, I'm going to go there because there's the presence of God. We have to understand that we are carriers of the presence of God. God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. God is not bound. He's not limited, again, by a physical location. God is everywhere. And so the idea there is, listen, when we worship in spirit, that is my spirit connecting with the Holy Spirit. The word here for spirit is Holy Spirit. Pneuma is the Greek word. It's where we get the word for wind or breath. And if you look at the wind blows and it moves and it's free. When we connect with the Holy Spirit, we can worship anywhere because we are carriers of his presence. And we connect deeply with him. It goes beyond just lip service to God. Our spirit, deeply connected with the Holy Spirit inside of us. There's a worshiping in the Spirit, and then there's just worshiping, singing songs. That's just going through the routine. But true worship in spirit means our spirit connects with the Holy Spirit inside of us. And out of that expression of worship, we actually become more aware of God's presence. I think that's one of the greatest things that worship does for us. Worship allows us to become aware of the presence of God that we actually carry. When we engage in worship, we're actually entering into a different realm. And I would say it this way as well too. It's hard to see the invisible when we're so preoccupied with material.